Traders from around the globe, what's going on? It's Ricky Cadan back again with another real life stock review for Real Life Trading Australia. Hope you guys have had an amazing weekend, ready to crush the markets, and let's dive in and see what has already transpired. So on Monday, we did get a retest gap back down to this value area here at around 331 on the SPY. Now, as you can see here on the shorter term moving averages, this is the 10 EMA. Now, I did say that most likely we would get some sort of dippage back to this particular area, and we did get that, and it was a beautiful fade. If you just zoom in to, I'll zoom into the 5-minute and just go back to that particular day. As you can see here, we did get this nice little gap down back into this value area, and then we just rocketed on higher. There's a lot of gainage happening, just a lot of people just taking some longer positions at this particular level, and now we are currently dipping back down pre-market. But on the daily, looking absolutely bullish. We did get a gap up last night, which was a retest gap, green candle gapping up. And if I just dive back into the 5-minute, you'll see here we did have a quick little run up here, and then most people just started to take their profits, and as we came back down to this value area here. So not a whole lot happening, guys, just a lot of people just buying that dip. Let's take a look at the E-minis, the ES, and the futures just crushing on higher. I did say that this was a very nice dip buying opportunity back here, so a lot of people capitalizing on this particular gain. Great little S-curve, nice little rest after battle here, after this little break of the pre all-time high, previous all-time high. And we are just cruising on higher. Markets are looking bullish, guys. Not a lot to see here. Just stay bullish on the markets. Let's take a look at Shopify. Now, this is going to be one to look out for, guys. We do have earnings. I think it's tomorrow. So keep a lookout for that one. If we do get a gap down to about the 50, I would be bullish. If we do get a gap up, I'd probably be a little bit, more fade-ish. I would look to short the. Depending on where we gap to, I would obviously look to fade that particular gap. If we do gap up really, really high, I think a lot of people are going to be taking profits, as just since November, we have had a massive move of 75%. I mean, those gains that this particular company is bringing for people is astronomical. So a lot of people will most likely take profits if we do get a nice gap up. But if we do get a gap down, look to bar that dip. Let's take a look at BBBY, Bed Bath and Beyond. Now, this is going to be for all you day traders out there. We do have a very nice little wedge forming here. Now, what's interesting about this one is we are gapping down out of this particular pattern. We are gapping down on after heavy volume today. So a lot of heavy volume coming in here off this nice lower band here. But if you take a look at the 5 minutes, there's the gap right there. So we are currently, as we speak, we are gapping down to this level here on the daily, which, I mean, we're gapping below this gap. So we are technically we have got one big abandoned baby right here. But we could potentially trade a little bit higher, let all the shorts close out their positions and maybe come back down. So just bear in mind, BBY will be a little bit volatile tomorrow. Let's take a look at LYFT. Now, LYFT is another one to look out for, bringing out their earnings. We are currently getting a gap down to about 50.82. This one is kind of interesting, as we are gapping to this resistance level right here. I'd be just very, very cautious to get in bearish, as this, it is a retest gap, and we could potentially just retest and go higher. So look out for LYFT, guys. It is going to be one to watch, but it could also just be a nice buy the dip opportunity. So keep an eye on that one. Here's AKAM, another one that is gapping up to another all-time high, and as you can see here, we are gapping up to 99.25. Never been this high ever. 99, and which is very close to 100. Round number, a lot of people probably will look to take their profits at that Also, this is a green candle gapping up, so I do expect this one to fade back down, maybe fill the gap, and then slowly mosey on back higher. So keep in mind on AKAM, look for a fade. Got a request for PLT, Plantronics, and I mean long term. Let's take a look at this one long term. On the daily, we look very bearish. On the weekly, oh man, this does not look like a great stock. I don't know fundamentally what's going on with this company, but it does not look very great. You could argue the fact that this is a particular support level and a buy low level. However, fundamentals of this company is obviously what is driving this thing down, not technicals. So Carla, you did request this one, mate. PLT. I know it's at a buy low, sell high, a buy low, sell high location. But given the trend of this particular stock, I'd be very reluctant to get into this particular company. Volume is kind of a bit iffy as well, not very consistent, and it has just obviously a downtrending stock. So I'd probably stay out of this one, mate. Let's take a look at the all odds. Now the all odds coming back down to this value area that I had drawn here. I did say this was a level 2 buy. So if you did catch this particular level, this buying by the dip, then well done to you. We did break out of this next resistance level, and we are just cruising on higher. So next resistance on the all odds is 72.60. So keep your eyes peeled on that one, guys. Keep bullish on the markets. Let's take a look at the banks now. CBA bringing out their earnings. Now I did mention just probably around here that we would trade sideways roughly till about February, until their February earnings did come out. This did happen, and right now we did get a gorgeous gap and go. Now, for all you Aussie day traders out there, you guys would have absolutely crushed this, gapping above this particular high. We've got a bearish candle here, just absolutely going amazing right now. So if you did catch this move, well done to you guys. All you long-term traders out there with CBA, absolutely crushing it. On the weekly chart, just know that we are at this particular resistance level right here. But obviously, I do expect CBA to slowly but surely grind higher. Most likely, we will consolidate at this particular level for maybe probably about a week or two, and then we'll see if we will come back down to fill this gap, maybe go higher, or just trade sideways and then break up back into the 90s. So keep that in mind, guys. CBA, huge move today, beautiful volume, looking amazing. And let's take a look at another bank. Got a request from my buddy Brody to have a look at NAB. Now NAB, mate, on the weekly chart, we are at a buy low, sell high location, and what I mean by that is we are at support. We have been here for a while. On the monthly chart, something to take into consideration is we have been here before and we have been higher, and also this is a beautiful double bottom on the monthly chart. On the weekly chart though, we are running into the 100 simple moving average. We have had 1 2 3 4 5 6 bullish weeks in a row. Pretty dismal volume. This is a very slow moving stock. I do expect this one to eventually go higher. On the daily chart, we are getting a few little gap ups, and we are once again also coming back into these moving averages. So this is going to be a very slow mover, mate. But just bear in mind, long term, I think we will most likely go higher. You also requested WBC on the monthly chart, mate. This one just looks absolutely sensational. We do have a beautiful double bottom forming at the 200 simple moving average. As you can see, we've never bounced off this particular level before in the past. Little bit of sarcasm there, but this is a very great time to probably look at accumulating some shares and going long on this particular position. So WBC looking great on the monthly chart. On the daily chart, it's going fairly sideways. We do have the 100 simple moving average coming into play. Most likely it'll probably do something like this. I don't expect this thing to just launch out of here on WBC, but all in all, it is a buy low, sell buy low, sell high location. Got another request for Webjet, WEB. Now, on the daily chart, this one is just looking, you know, fairly sideways. We have kind of squeezed in between the 100 and the 200 on the daily chart. On the weekly chart, though, we are also squeezing between the 100 and the 200 simple moving average. On the monthly chart, though, very sideways. You do want to be buying this stock as low as possible. We could just be in a very huge distribution phase right now. We have done this for a while. As you can see, we've done this for quite some time. This could potentially happen and could stay in this particular range for a while. So Webjet, long term, fairly sideways. If you're looking for a day trade, you really do want some strong closes above this 200 simple moving average, and then I would look to take this thing long up to about the 1440 mark and then look to take profits. So Webjet, do not see a setup on this one just yet, but if we do get a close above this one, just look to buy the dip, take it higher. Also, earnings just around the corner, just so you know. Let's take a look at some commodities. Now, here is crude oil, US oil. Now, I have said that this is most likely going to bottom out. We are forming a beautiful double bottom at this particular level. I don't think it's going to just launch out higher like this. Obviously, with the coronavirus, we are getting a very high supply of oil, and the demand is not really there as much as we have got a lot of planes being grounded. We do have the 10 EMA coming back in as a resistance. We have resisted this level before. Just if you're looking for a longer term position on this, I would probably look for this to break above, come back down, retest the neckline of this particular double bottom, and that will be your buy the dip location for a long. So crude oil just forming a very nice double bottom pattern as we speak. Here's gold. Now gold, obviously, just like I said, I've been saying in the past, we are most likely going to trade sideways, let the moving averages come back up. As you can see, we have done this in the past, and if I just do a small little bar pattern from back in August to where we are now, as you can see, we are forming somewhat of the same pattern here. And if I bring on the long-term moving averages, this would coincide with the 100 simple moving average if we do get back to these particular levels. So look to buy as low as you can, especially on gold. Most likely we are just going to trade sideways here, but eventually we definitely will go higher. And last but not least, the Aussie dollar, another one that is also double bottoming out of here. I have mentioned 67. If you are looking to go long, 67 cents is a great buying location. A lot of liquidity down here, so look to be going long. This is a bottoming out pattern, so probably don't look to short this particular position just yet. We have not got that much of a bearish signal to start going short. Anyway, guys, that's enough for me. I'll be back on Thursday with another real life stock review just for you. Leave a comment in the comment sections below if you want me to review any tickers, or just hit me up in our Facebook group. Also, there's a link for that in the description below. I'll be back in 2 more days, and remember, love life, live life, and trade it. I'll see you all soon.